Welcome back to Blockchain Pill. My name is Alex and welcome back to another episode. So the closer we're getting to the end of the year, the more and more tired people are becoming. And now people are calling for the end of the bull run. Everybody's quitting. Nobody really believes that this altcoin season that everybody's waiting is still going to come. And listen, can we blame people for believing that? I don't think so, because it's been a difficult bull run. It's been longer than everybody expected it to be. The main thing, in my opinion, that happened in crypto this bull cycle was that we have been conditioned to believe that real tech doesn't matter, and all that matters are narratives and the marketing that the projects actually do to attract new people into buying the token. And what happens when the narrative fades, or the teams stop doing marketing? And I think it's pretty clear what happens, because we're looking at 99% of the meme coins that have been going down and down and down, and there is no floor where they can stop, because there is no underlying value to those tokens besides just hype and narrative. And I think that the entire crypto market is going to have a rude awakening that the tech actually does matter, because that at least offers you a floor where the price can be sustained. Those are the type of posts that I mentioned. People calling for the bull run to have ended. We're looking at the 4-year cycles, and usually by this time everything was pumping and people were looking for exits. Q4 was generally mega bullish, and people don't believe that this Q4 is gonna be bullish. On top of that, we had the Kadena incident. They announced last week that they are ceasing all business activity and active maintenance of the Kadena blockchain immediately. This was a multi-$100 million market cap project. The day before, they were posting about a hackathon or whatever, and then the day after, they announced they closed the business and they're not gonna take care of the blockchain anymore. The FUD that people are spreading is understandable, because you've been holding altcoins for the past 4 years, knowing that altcoins are generally more risky than Bitcoin, but you're holding the altcoins because generally they would outperform Bitcoin. Not only didn't altcoins outperform Bitcoin, you're holding a riskier asset that has underperformed Bitcoin. You don't know when it's gonna close the doors because they run out of funding, because the prices don't go up. And on top of that, it's been a meme coin super cycle, and we've been told day in and day out that the tech doesn't matter. So can we really blame people losing their hope in altcoins and in this bull run? I don't think so, but I think that quitting now is the worst thing that you can do. You've been here for the past 4 years, and you're thinking, you know what, actually, I don't like it anymore. I think that we're actually going to zero, and the prices are sitting at historic lows. I want to have a look at some of the tweets that Dominic Williams has posted over the past couple of months. One of the important things is that Dom has said multiple times that DFINITY doesn't manipulate the ICP price by leveraging its treasury. The funds are being used conservatively for R&D, mostly. Like 99% of the funds that DFINITY has is being used on R&D, and we've seen the breakthroughs that they had technologically. Recently, ICP has become deflationary several times, lighting a path to the future, and they will stay the course as always. And after seeing what happened on the 10th of October, when basically all the altcoins fell between 75 and 95% in a matter of minutes, imagine if the project that you are invested in was actually leveraging their tokens, trying to prop up the price, and no matter what leverage they would have used, everybody would have been liquidated. So in my opinion, if we're not going to see a recovery in the altcoin market right now, I think that a lot more crypto projects are going to follow in Kadena's steps. They will declare bankruptcy. They will say that they ceased operations because they played with fire and they got burnt. But I think that this question is on everybody's mind. What if the project that I'm holding is insolvent, doesn't have any more money anymore? That's a problem. There have been a lot of people complaining that maybe DFINITY should be doing some market making for the token. Well, it's time like this when I'm thankful that, they focus on R&D, they focus on innovation, they focus on building the future of the blockchain and not playing with, leverage and stuff like that. Now, another thing that I want to discuss is that 99% of cryptos are going to disappear because most of them are just a copy of a copy. They don't do anything innovative. In the future, the only crypto projects that are going to survive are those who either innovate or those who actually generate revenue, like, Hype, Binance, Solana, Pump Fund, if we're gonna still see some memes popping off and we're maybe gonna see a meme coin season, although I don't think memes are gonna be that big moving forward. The reason why this bull run was a meme coin bull run was that people got tired, or at least they got dragged into this narrative that you should no longer invest into tokens that are VC backed, that make fake promises and don't innovate at all. Because listen, if we look at all the layer 2s, they're just a copy of Ethereum. They raise millions of dollars or tens of millions or hundreds of millions of dollars. They do some marketing to get people on chain, try to prop up the numbers like TVL and transaction count and stuff like that to get people to buy into the tokens so that VCs can dump their tokens on late investors. Then somebody came with the idea, listen, why not make tokens that have no promises, no VCs, all the tokens are in circulation. We call them meme coins, add a photo and a name, and that was a big innovation of this bull run. People thought they ran away from VCs, but they ran into insiders and cabals which would buy those tokens when they were worth close to nothing, pump them to billions of dollars, and now instead of having VCs with locked tokens waiting for the unlocks to be able to dump on the late investors, now you had groups of insiders with unlocked tokens, 100 wallets, and they could just dump their tokens whenever they wanted, crushing the prices and destroying the charts, and many people lost fortunes over the past couple of years. But now the problem is there is no underlying tech so that the company can fall back on something. It was all hype, and well, when the hype fades, you can check the charts to see what happens to the meme coins. The second Trump, the president of the USA, launched his meme coin, I said, listen, if we're gonna look back to this moment in 6 months or 9 months from now, would we be able to say that this is the top? That is the single biggest meme coin event that was gonna happen in the history of the world ever. Like the president of America launching his own meme coin. Now looking back, that was obviously the top, but it was not a top for crypto in general. It was the top of the meme coin mania that happened for the previous couple of years. And then we had the countries launching their own meme coins, and it was just downhill from there. And as I said at the beginning of the video, almost everybody is starting to believe that we are not gonna have an altcoin season anymore and that the bull run is over. And that's understandable because most altcoins are close to, if not below, the bear market lows. And of course, I'm not talking about, Solana and Sui and the 5 others and Hype and BNB. No, I'm talking about the majority of the altcoins. We're close to the bear market lows. People have been holding the entire move up. And when the tokens were at the highs, people were calling for higher and higher prices. Now when the tokens are low, people are just panicking and calling for low and lower prices. But I say, if you're holding like 30 tokens, maybe it's time to reduce some of those tokens, find a few projects and a few communities that you're actually familiar with and that you can put your trust in. In this case, the people watching this video, I think that you're most familiar with ICP, you know the team, you know what they've been building, you follow them for the past 2-3 years. I think ICP is one of the good bets because although the price is at the last bear market lows, the activity on chain, the burn rate, the development of the actual blockchain are at least 10 times higher than what they were back then. It's been a strange bull run with the entire meme coin mania, with Trump launching his own token, with altcoins being at historic lows at a very late stage of the bull run. But if you're feeling bearish right now, I think that's the wrong feeling, and this is just the market playing with your head and you're tired, and maybe you should not look at charts anymore for a couple of weeks or a couple of months. So let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think that crypto as an industry should be more focused on the underlying technology that every blockchain and every project is trying to build? Let me know if you think this bull run is over or that the altcoin season is finally gonna happen. And with that, we're done for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.